everybody. What follows is a few clips that I hope will illustrate the drought that we've been experiencing here since June. Recently, in the past couple of weeks or so, we've had a few, damp or wet days, whatever you want to call them. Not a great amount of rain though, just a few millimeters of rain each time. And it really doesn't seem to be helping the situation any. Things are very dry, trees are losing their leaves early, the ground is just parched. I live on a well, the same as everybody else here on this island. There isn't any municipal water. We all have our own individual wells. A few weeks ago when I had my company, my sister and her granddaughter visit every summer, we were very fortunate. We only had one day where I had an issue. The it didn't get pumped dry. It got pumped down below the level of the pump. I have an artesian well, a drilled well. It's 220 feet deep, and my pump is down 210 feet. So when the water level goes below 210 feet, there's no more to pump. Fortunately, it comes back in an hour or two, and we were okay. And since then, we were cautious with it the rest of the visit, and since then I've been cautious with it, and I have water, which is good. I'm sure there are other people here on the island that are not as fortunate. It seems to be the new norm here. This is like the fourth year in a row when we have very dry summers. I think this one is drier than the other three were. It's just amazing. Anyway, the first few clips here are of a pond where I take Angel for a walk almost every day. It's in a gravel pit stone quarry combination. This is Angel, by the way. She hears me talking and figures, you must be talking about me, Dad, or talking to me. And we go out there almost every day, and during the summer I took numerous clips because there are several ponds. You'll see a beaver and a duck. The duck is a domestic duck. The owner lives not too far away, and the duck loves to go out through the woods and use the ponds. But you'll see the terrific contrast. First I show you the clip of what the pond looked like late spring, early summer, and then I show you the clips of the ponds that I took today, which is September 2nd. This will probably not be out until midweek next week, but the clips were taken today in early September. There isn't any relief in the forecast either. A little bit of rain here and there. Usually in the fall we get a lot of rain. I certainly hope that happens this year because we need to get the ground level water increased before everything freezes up for winter, or it's not going to be a good winter. So, if you have a little look now at what's happening on my desert island. Well, weren't those clips amazing, demonstrating the difference between a few months ago and now after our drought conditions? What you're looking at there now are willow trees. A number of years ago, 10, 12 years ago, maybe more, I don't know, in the early spring, I went and gathered some green willow branches that hadn't even leaved out yet and stuck them in the ground either side of the path that goes out to my greenhouse and my cabin, and they've grown, like I knew they would, into large trees. Willows love a wet location, and that is about the wettest location on my property, except for right now. It's amazing. They have been turning brown and losing leaves since early August, and now here it is early September. You would think that it was late fall. Well, that's one more illustration. Now I'll show you something else. Well, this isn't a native wildflower. It's a garden plant that is very invasive and has escaped, and on my property it's my fault. I like the looks of it, so I brought it here. It's called various things: Himalayan impatiens or Himalayan jewelweed. Anyway, look at those leaves, how they're drooping. They've been that way for weeks now, and the blossoms, well, it still bloomed, but they dry up and fall off very quickly. And for the final shot, this is a large yellow birch tree down behind my house. It was here when I built the house over 40 years ago, and it's just thrived and continued to grow. And it's a wonderful thing to sit under a hot summer's day. And if you can see how ratty those leaves are looking, it's been that way for weeks. As I said earlier, we've had a few rainy days. They don't amount to much, I don't know, a few millimeters of rain, but nothing that's done a tree like this any good. And the big issue here is the tree will survive. If we have a harsh winter, though, the tree is already stressed going into winter. I've seen trees like this leave out in the spring. You think, well, that's good, they made it, and a month or so later they're gone. I hope that doesn't happen to this tree or any of the other nice ones around here. But that sort of illustrates the drought conditions that we've been in here since June. Thank you very much for watching.